All right, boys. Zach, Subhanga, happy birthday, boys. So, season ended at 8th. FA Cup final that coming up Saturday. 1 out of 10. How did that season go for right now? How does the season end if we win the FA Cup for you? And how does it end on a 1 to 10 scale if we don't win it?
I think it'll be a 6 out of 10 if we win the FA Cup. To some extent, that we did win a championship, but also we didn't meet our expectation. We weren't relegated, but we weren't also meeting the top 4. We should have beat definitely Tottenham. We should have come above them, Chelsea as well. But due to our lack of actual discipline from top to bottom, is why honestly we didn't meet our expectation. I'm glad I got to do that.
And if we don't win the FA Cup, how does the season end for you out of a 1 out of 10?
2 out of 10. 2
Fair
out
enough.
of 10.
That's
we
fair.
got too much talent to not execute on what we can do in the game.
See you, Taze.
Let's see it.
Subhanga, what about you, man? Same question.
I think if we win the FA Cup, it's going to be 7 on 10 for me. And if you
Really?
don't, if you don't, it's like a 4 because like a lot of things going on in the background, you know. You got to keep that in your mind. Like the injuries, we probably had like how many? Like 30 different.
We're up there with Newcastle and
Yeah,
Chelsea. That's
yeah.
who you're comparing it to. Like statistically, I think we're comparing it to Newcastle and Chelsea.
Yeah.
For injury wise, you can't compare it to any other team in the league right now.
We had more than like most of the team. I think we probably had the most.
One
And,
of
like,
up there.
And then the thing is like most of the injured players were like starting 11, and then so you know that kind of like that really made the season tough.
I would say
So-
Martinez, right?
Yeah.
He's that important that he
Crucial
being
player.
injured, it kind of really caused our center our back.
Correct, and then he was injured like multiple times too. He probably just played like 3.
He's been the
games.
most injured player for us this season.
Yeah.
Like for minutes injured, he's been out the most. So it's really sad for us to see that. On the other hand, guys, I'm gonna ask a very simple question. I don't want a long answer for this.
Okay.
Simple. Ten Hag in, Ten Hag out next season, no matter what the FA Cup result is.
I want him out.
You want him
I
out?
like my German coaches.
Okay.
So, any German coach that we need to
So
bring
for
in.
you, if you can bring in Tuchel or bring in a German coach, you'd rather let Ten Hag go and bring in another coach. Fair enough. That's a simple
we
answer.
need discipline.
What about you, Subhanga?
I mean, I've liked him, but I don't think I've seen enough to give that answer. So maybe like I'll give him a season, but if he's like in the season, right? If he's not performing, he's losing like 6 and 7, and like, bro, you gotta go back to Holland, you know. So that's how it is, man. We give him like next season, but he gotta perform from start, and he needs to know what he's signing up for. Like,
Yeah, you need results.
There's gonna be fucking lot of injuries, everything, but you gotta be prepared for that. And even the signings too. Don't be fucking going to Ajax.
Well-
Get some good players.
Good sir. I believe this season or
Yeah.
this summer will be good because they've got new management upstairs
Yeah.
that want to give him support that if he doesn't want to stay or isn't willing to take up the step, that's why I want a German coach. They'll
Yeah,
take the
bro. Hey.
discipline and apply it. So.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so for you guys coming up this week, we have Sunday today, so we've got 5 days up until the big final.
6 days.
Okay, get technical on me. So we got 6 days up until the FA Cup final, and we met them last year, same cup, same Wembley. They scored on us in the first 5 seconds, which was, I think there was a lot of luck which goes into that sort of a goal. Gundogan was another level that day. He scored 2 bangers. Some would say De Gea could have done a lot better, but we're not going to look into the past. Let's look into the future. 6 days from now, what are your honest opinions right now about how do you feel? I mean, are you nervous? Are you anxious? Are you excited? Do you think we can actually do anything? What percentage of a chance would you give for us to win that game? Subhanga, go ahead.
I think we can win the game. Like I saw Martinez was back, Varane was back, Rashford was back, so Bruno Fernandes is back. So I think we can win the game, but we can did what we did last season. Like you said, they made like 2 saves 2 goals. He let in 2 goals, which he should have saved. I mean, you know, and to be honest, like even City, they've not been. Obviously, they won the Premier League, but clutch moments they have like, you know, like they have not been able to execute. So, like Wembley, you know, if we have the right attitude, I think we can get a win. I think we can win it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
I think England is a Manchester country. It always bleeds red, but to some extent the midfield is what we need to ideally improve on, and I think Bruno and Kevin De Bruyne can go toe-to-toe in the next championship game, that we have a good enough chance. If, from my understanding, we got some injuries that are fully healthy, so we can kind of put our best 11 out there. Like today we rested some players so that when the championship does come up, we can maybe apply Varane and Lozano. I think that would be the best true center back. If it happens, that would be great, so that we can actually say, hey, we're not the childish club that we were for the last decade. We're actually trying to improve on it. And if it happens, I'd love to see us go to Europe if it does happen. But if it doesn't, it would explain why I gave it a 2 out of 10, because we just are good but not good enough to be scary.
Yeah, we're a moments team. We're inconsistent, and that's been a struggle all season, not just with our players, but with the whole team. I mean, just as a whole, it's been extremely inconsistent. So next game is definitely big, guys. I mean, Europa League is on the line, a trophy is on the line, respect is on the line. There's a lot. So we can hopefully just hope to get a victory. I mean, it's not impossible. But it's near impossible to beat Man City with just how they are this season. But we've had some good games this season. You know, that Liverpool upset was great. So if we can just come in and just play like this it is. This game matters. So let's give it our best, and either we're going to be really disappointed or really happy. There is not going to be a middle. I think that's just how these games are, and it's a derby, so it's anyone's game.
Glory, Man United.
Hopefully, we get a victory, and we'll see you boys next weekend, right?
Sounds good.
Oh yeah.
All right, boys. See ya.
United.